Yo! Nice. So I finally reached AR rank 40 and I have been farming for artifacts, character and weapon materials and talent books. I've used so much of my fragile resin to test to see if it's worth farming for artifacts at AR rank 40 instead of waiting to get to AR rank 45. Let's get into it. Let me show you what I got. Alright, so since I've got Diluc, I've been ranking him up and making him my main DPS. I'm trying to get the best artifact set for him, and that is obtained in this domain here. This domain drops the Crimson Witch of Flame set, and this set bonus eats ass. Start the matchmaking and let's go. Ooh, 1 for 1. All right, let's keep it going. Alright, so these are all the artifacts that I've obtained from that run. I've done some extras and I've leveled them up to see what sort of stats I'd get. And I have to say, I'm a little disappointed. I have 23 5-star artifacts from that run and I did it at about 60 or so times. So that's 1 5-star drop every 2 to 3 runs. And from what I'm being told, the domain run at level 45 gives you almost a 1-to-1. And not only that, some of these artifacts have garbage stats. Like this one, for example. When do I ever want to get HP? And then you're gonna make sure these sub stats are good as well. There's just so many layers of RNG that it just comes a little ridiculous to even farm for these at such a low level. Look at this one, defense. When do I ever want defense? These stats are okay, and I could possibly roll this to see what the 4th substat is, but it's not really worth it because there's def. I don't want def. Yeah, I've been pretty unfortunate. I'm seeing a lot of defense and HP, and if it does have a good main stat, the substat's not that great. I gotta say, I've been pretty unlucky with this. This one is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this one. Too bad it rolled into defense once, so that kind of sucks, but these 3 stats are really good, so I'm going to be using that. I would say if you got 2 out of the 4 that are usable, then it's a pretty decent artifact. Maybe use that if you really want to be farming at AR 40. Otherwise, you'll be farming at Adventure rank 45, where you'll get more chances to get better stats. In addition, different domains drop different artifacts, so you're not going to get all the best in one domain. You're going to have to look around and get the one that's suitable for your team. For example, this one's gonna drop the best wind set and also, I reckon, the best healing set as well. If you were ever gonna farm for some artifacts at AR rank 40, you'd probably wanna do this, mainly because you're doubling your chance of getting a good drop. Whereas if you're gonna go farm the Crimson Flame set, there's only one set that you really want from this. The rest, you're not really gonna want this, so it's not worth doing that. Once you hit AR rank 40, you're going to realize that you're going to need a lot of resources to rank up your characters, especially if you want to get 2 teams for the Spiral Abyss. I would recommend farming for those instead, that being Ascension materials for your weapons and your characters, and Mora. Mora becomes so hard to maintain at AR rank 40. It costs so much money to rank up talents, ascensions, and everything costs Mora. It's ridiculous how much Mora is used in this game. And I've been farming so many ley lines just to get money to accommodate for ranking up my characters. So I think it's more valuable to hunt for bosses and get the drops from them to rank up your characters. And along the way, you're gonna get the Gladiator set. The Gladiator set at AR rank 40 is strong enough to take you to where you need to go. So I really think you don't need to be going artifact farming just yet, because you're gonna get a fair amount of Gladiator drops from farming the bosses for each of your characters that you need Ascension materials for. More importantly, I would suggest ranking up the talents in your characters. Talents are a surefire way to get the most out of your character. These are going to give you percentage damage increase every time you rank them up. Like just from ranking this up, it's going to give me roughly 5 to 6% damage. So that's a consistent way to get damage out of your characters, as opposed to hunting for artifacts and playing against RNG. The good thing about talent farming is that you unlock the domain at AR 36. The loot table between this and AR 45 is not that different. Every now and then you will see a purple book, but majority of the time when you're trying to do this domain run, you're gonna see blues and greens. It's very similar to the AR 36 version, so you're not missing out on that much. The drop table for talents doesn't spike as much as it would for artifacts, so it's perfectly fine just to be focusing on the talent books that come up. You want to be checking which day you need to farm for them, because every day is going to be different, and then you want to prioritize your resin for those days. Value per resin increases as you go higher in AR rank. Therefore, I would recommend saving as much fragile resin as you can. Start by working on the talents and then acquire the Ascension materials for both weapons and characters. That should take you a long way, and then when you're done with that, you can start working on Team 2. You're going to need it for the Spiral Abyss. Anyway, I hope that's been helpful for you guys. My name's Kay, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.